Well, it's no secret that Australia is facing a teacher shortage, with uni students forced to take over Queensland classrooms and the Victorian government making secondary teaching degrees free to attract more would-be educators. But in the Reddit forum for Australian teachers, teachers say that pupil behaviour is driving staff away. One teacher wrote, "Teaching is not a bad job at all. The only thing that makes it uniquely difficult are the rude kids." Another teacher said, "I've been teaching for 22 years. Over that time, student behaviour gradually worsened, but this has dramatically accelerated since COVID." One teacher from a regional Victorian government high school said they haven't interviewed anyone for the last 15 jobs they advertised, with most having 0 applicants. Now, a Monash University survey found 1/4 of teachers didn't feel safe in their job, with chairs being thrown, weapons brought to class and physical aggression making it hard for teachers to do their jobs properly. And evidence presented to a Senate inquiry showed Australian classrooms are some of the most chaotic globally, ranked 69th out of 76 jurisdictions. So how bad has the classroom gotten, and what can anyone do about it? Joining me now is educator and author Kevin Donnelly and CEO of the YMCA West Australia, Tim McDonald, who literally wrote the book on classroom management. Tim, let me go to you first. You've got extensive experience working with schools to improve student engagement. I want to ask you, why is student behaviour so bad, and where are schools going wrong in addressing it?
I think my belief is that if we want to make a difference to student learning and student wellbeing, we should make classroom management a national priority that all teachers need to know. And by addressing this, then we can address the stress in the classroom that teachers are experiencing and reduce the amount of chaos and disruption in Australian schools.
Tim, isn't this something that they learn at university? Behavioural management, classroom control, isn't that something they should graduate understanding?
Well, they should, but the recent expert panel in initial teacher education found out that the students were saying at universities, we weren't taught this. We weren't taught the evidence-based strategies that we need to go into the classroom to manage the behaviour of the students. So I think what we need to do is to say to universities, you need to teach evidence-based classroom management strategies and skills. They need to be practiced in real classroom settings over their time at the universities. And if they're not going to do that, then they should lose registration in that.
Well, Kevin, let me go to you. If we're not teaching our teachers at university how to control a classroom, what are we teaching them at university?
That's a very good question, and I did teacher training many years ago, and we were taught that teachers were authority figures, that you needed to have a disciplined classroom. The teacher was generally at the front of the room. You set high expectations, as I said, and there were consequences for failure or for misbehaviour. Unfortunately, over the last 20, 30 years, what's happened in teacher training in particular is that we've moved away from that more, people call it authoritarian approach, to be more progressive, where teachers become facilitators, they're their students' friends. You often find in primary schools, you don't know where the teacher is. There's no front of the room. They're walking around or sitting on the room. So what's happened in teacher training is that we've adopted this progressive view. And when I look at the Michaelia School in London and the No Excuses schools in America that are doing very well, they actually have this back to basics approach. Teachers are authority figures, there's high expectations, classroom discipline and consequences for misbehaviour.